Joe Manchin. And Senator, I'm going to get away from the politics for just a minute and talk a little bit about what's going on with this proposed deal with Iran. And you know, the Supreme Leader there says that we can't do inspections on military bases there. Senator Rubio said he doesn't think this deal is going to go through. I'm beginning to agree with him. I think it's going to be very difficult to get it done under these conditions. What's your take here?
Bob, my take is that I'd simply rather negotiate for peace and use all our diplomacy than declare war.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you look at history, where we are, 2003, they had 164 centrifuges. That time, President Bush's administration took a hardline stand. We wouldn't tolerate any. Fast forward to today, they got 19,000. Since they started talking about a year and a half ago, at least it stopped from progressing. So we're, you know, I don't make any bones about it. We don't trust Iran and they don't trust us. This is not about trust. It's about verifying.
Well, if you don't have inspections, real inspections, how can you really be sure?
I've been told from all security meetings I've been in that we are having real inspections. They are in there and they're seeing basically for the first time the AIA. They're able to be there. Those are the people with the expertise. And to have Mr. Moniz, as far as Ernie Moniz, our Secretary of Energy, with his expertise, you've got to believe some of the people that have that ability to evaluate. But just going back into cocoon and saying we don't trust and walk away from this, I don't think there's a senator that doesn't want to be involved in this process. I want to be. I've signed on to the Menendez-Kirk, did not sign on to the Corker. Menendez, but I signed Menendez-Kirk, which basically says, as of June the 30th, we will double down on sanctions if you don't have a deal. Let the people that are skilled at doing this do their job.
Let's get back to politics here if we can. Do you think Hillary Clinton should have some competition? Would you like to see more serious Democrats in the race? My question is, why aren't there more serious Democrats in the race?
You know, Bob, I support Hillary Clinton. I know Hillary Clinton, and I find her to be warm and engaging, compassionate and tough, all of the above. And I think people are finding that to be the people that engage. She's going to earn every vote. She's working for every vote that she can possibly get. She brings more experience to the table. She's been more on the front lines than any person, more experience than any person we have at that level. She knows these leaders around the world. With that being said, we have to have somebody that can hit the ground running, okay? And I don't know, I mean, there's a lot of good people that are showing interest. There's a lot of them on the Republican side. We have on the Democrat, there'll be more. I just personally believe that Hillary is best prepared to do the job for America.
Let me ask you this, because there's been a lot of talk back in your home state. People are saying you ought to come back there and run for governor. I know you many times along the way here have been pretty discouraged about where things are going. Have you made up your mind what you're going to do with your own future?
Bob, when Senator Byrd died, I had to make the toughest decision of my political life. At that time, I had to decide, should I try to run for Senate or stay in the governorship? I was 2 years into my second term, a job that I love very much. People know that, and it's a job that I thought we did pretty well. We brought people together, Democrats and Republicans. We put the state of West Virginia before our own politics, and we had some pretty good successes with that. I thought maybe I could take that same can-do attitude, that same common sense approach to Washington. I will be the first to tell you I didn't think it would be this difficult. And it's been challenging. But I think we've made some inroads. I really believe that we've changed the whole process to a certain extent in the Senate to where we're willing to put our country first. And I'm going to continue to fight for that. That's the reason I've made a decision to stay in the United States Senate.
You're going to stay and you're going to run for re-election.
I'm going to stay and I'll run for re-election. I want to serve the people of West Virginia the best of my ability, and I've said this, if my country does well, my state will do well. My purpose of being in the state Senate, in the United States Senate, is to serve the people of West Virginia, the most patriotic people in the country. So I look forward to serving the best of my ability. I know that the Senate's not working the way it was intended to and the way it's supposed to, but I'm not going to stop fighting to make it work.
All right. Senator, thanks so much for coming and sharing that with us. We'll be right back with some personal thoughts.